on the broadcast? Is anybody watching?
Let me see. I can hear us now. We can hear now.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, everybody. This is my first time doing this. As we go later into the race, we will kind of talk about what we were talking about earlier when nobody could hear me. But we are back live. We are having a battle up here with Shake and Bake. He started on the pole. He's on that outside, but it looks like there is a truck that managed to get in front of him, and that is Darkwing Duck. That is Denkate's owner. That Denkate drives for, who's in the field tonight. But we definitely have a good pack here, Papa Musa, of trucks that are just kind of content riding, and that the bottom lane is staying pretty even with that top lane.
You know, a driver down there that's leading the bottom lane is Country Caliber. So far, he's been really strong already. Moved up to first already. You know, that's another thing about Autoclub. You could be in the lead one lap, then being 10th the next lap, and that's mainly because of the draft.
The only thing for Country Caliber that I would say is, you know, Puddin's very obsessed with calling him Daddy. The voice of NASCAR gets sent down. He saves it. He comes back up. Hopefully everybody can get single file again. But it looks like we have two packs here. We have a front pack, and then we have a pack behind here with guys that are just content riding with each other. We've got Creed back here. Creed is making his first start in Free Agent Friday. Second. Okay. You know, we only have 3 Free Agent Friday guys here tonight. 4 now. Oh, that's right. Harvick Pollock came back. Sorry. I've had a very confusing day, and my brain is, like, on planet frickin' 9 right now.
We're having a move for the 68. 3 wide for the lead.
And it looks like Denkate is bringing up the rear of the field as per usual, but we're not going to talk about it. As Puddin would say, blame Canada. And we do have the one and the only Puddin out there. I'm saying it right. I'm saying Puddin, not pudding. So if you're watching Puddin, I'm getting your name right for once, okay? Jeez. And we have Hunty going for the lead. Hunty is our custom Xfinity winner from Tuesday. The voice of NASCAR dives under him to make it 3 wide. If everybody remembers, the voice of NASCAR is Alex Ned. He is probably one of the best broadcast and commentators on this game.
Yeah, I'd like to bring this up. 98 of Shake and Bake, when I was racing him with the preset, I believe it was Xfinity, preset Xfinity at Autoclub, he ran the same line in 3 and 4. He would go on the apron like how they do it in the real life. He gains a lot in the middle of the corner, but on the exits, he just gets shot.
Yeah, so the biggest thing with trucks is I like to run a lane off the apron because I feel like when you, like you said, you lose a lot of speed because you're trying to cut the corner too short with the truck, and with trucks it's all about keeping the RPMs as high as possible. That's what's going to give you the speed coming off the turns.
What's NASCAR going to go on the apron there and help 98 a little bit? 95 is going to make it 3 wide, Country Caliber in the middle.
And this racing right here, this is going to be our 4th week of one of the best free agent races. The truck guys always have some of the best battling, and I mean, we're 3 wide for the lead right now, and nobody's you don't have a clear person for the lead.
4 wide.
And we're going to go 4 wide. The Darkwing is going to take them 4 wide for the lead.
Yeah, I like to say this, already impressive run for Do the Do. He's, I think, the highest driver currently free agent.
Yeah, so right now, Do the Do and Shake and Bake are going to be the ones battling for that stage win in Free Agent Friday, so they will get the points.
Yeah, he is.
Not to preset.
4 wide.
No, he is preset. Sorry, excuse me. So Do the Do has got the stage. He's going to be credited with the stage win right now.
Oh, Harvick pitted.
So the other thing too is, can these guys make it this whole stage if they continue to race like this? Will their tires last?
I think we have green flag pit stops right now.
So the one benefit, Papa Musa, and you know, because you and I done plenty of racing.
Yes.
When you're in this large pack following these guys, you can sometimes run 3/4 throttle and save a little bit of fuel because the draft is going to bring you along. And we have guys signaling coming down pit road. Thank you everyone for signaling coming onto the pit lane. That is a rule here in Cringe. It's highly enforced. So it looks like we're going to have quite a few guys coming down pit lane.
Now, I'd like to point this out. Towards the end of the run there, Hunty actually had a little bit of a gap off those guys with the group. Okay, 68 in the lead currently, I believe. That country. Oh.
So Do, I believe, is the only one out of that group that didn't hit. He's going to signal now to come down.
Now, I would say Autoclub has a very long pit road. I don't know what he's going to take here, but if he does end up going off strategy, if he takes 2 tires, it might help him, but those guys that just pitted are going to have so much momentum on the track.
So, let's talk about that. He's here on pit road now. You know tires are going to make it. Do you take fuel only?
Most likely, yeah. I mean, we usually have like 16 laps in the stage, 14 laps in the stage. Yeah, 14 laps in the stage. If, you know, I tested out a little bit earlier in practice mode, you could make around like 10 laps.
So
and then,
he
only have 40%.
Definitely took a splash and go because he is coming off pit road now, but some of these guys that pitted before him are going to overtake him.
Yep, that's the momentum on the track.
So who do we have in the lead right now, guys? So the 2 truck of the voice of NASCAR is going to take the lead on that cycle of pit stops. The 21 spun out coming out of pit road.
That's tough. You have to go from like 170 miles an hour plus and slow it down.
And trucks is probably one of the, unfortunately, the easiest ones to spin because you want to stay on the apron. You don't want to hit that where the track and the apron meet because that will spin the truck out. And you don't want to get anywhere, you know. So like right here in the shot that we're on board with Alex Ned, that little row of white lines, you want to stay in between those lines as much as possible.
Yeah, so as we have some people catching up to the voice of NASCAR here.
Yeah, and he's definitely trying to break the draft on that 32. Who is in the 32?
That will be wide open.
So wide open is going to get a draft here with him. The 32 was 1 lap down.
Was that a caution or was that the stage end?
That might have been the stage end.
Yep, stage end. So the voice of NASCAR.
So I believe Do is going to be, quote unquote, our Free Agent Friday Stage 1 winner.
Possibly.
We're going to wait for confirmation on that just to make sure.
Now you want to know another thing?
Yep, so Do got the stage win, and then followed by Creed, and then followed by Harvick Pollock.
And you know what now? I think the voice of NASCAR did it in taking a splash of fuel, so maybe the guys that are actually running for the stage points might actually try the same thing. I think stage 2 might be a little bit smaller.
So what kind of adjustments would you make here on this pit stop?
Loosen it. If you make your car tighter.
Harvick Pollock, I don't believe pitted. He's going to pull off track out of the way. That is very unfortunate, because this is going to cost him a lot of time on the track.
But give him credit though, he came right out of the lane.
And anybody who's watching, please, in the comments, if there's somebody you want to ride on board with, please let us know. I'm just trying to flip through the field right now. So the 51 is going to take them 3 wide on the bottom. He got a good push from the 20. Can he hold the momentum? Because the 68, it looks like, is going to maybe help the 2, or is he going to go 4 wide?
No, he's going to pass the 2, it looks like.
Oh,
wide
no,
open.
Go ahead.
It was like wide open, never mind, I was going to say the 2, voice of NASCAR, fell back a little bit there. I don't know if he gave a lane to a few drivers. 16's going to fall into 3rd, the 51's going to fall into 2nd. That's another thing too, when you make a pass here, it'll mean a lot to have somebody go with you, but currently, it's just all about making track position because of how important it is.
Oh, and Chewy, I believe, is our other Free Agent Friday guy. Oh. There we go. I finally found the 26. We're going to ride on board with the 26 for a minute. Oh, and he's going to take the 21 3 wide. He got a good run on the exit. And he continues to pass these guys one at a...
Oh, that's a shame from WXR.
Mike, if you're out there and you want to come up into the booth for the rest of the broadcast, let us know in the broadcast chat. On the next stage break, we will get somebody to get you an invite. So,
I like what Duck is doing. He's taking your words to the advantage here. He's getting a nice arc in 1 and 2.
And that's really the best way to do it.
Oh, we have a loose truck. I think it's a 98.
Oh, yeah, and Shake and Bait gets loose.
You know, the draft here is so strong that it can knock your car out the draft and make you sideways.
So it looks like right now with the 99 and the 68 are slightly pulling away from the 51, so is this a case where the 51 maybe isn't working the way he wants it to and it's a little bit tight, or is it he may be running 3/4 throttle?
He might be saving back there. He's definitely not saving that corner. He gained right onto the 68's bumper. He got the draft here.
And it looks like we're going to have a freight train of trucks on that outside lane.
Oh, 51 I think is trying to get into 68 using the apron.
We're right on board for a lap with the number 20 of Chewy. He's going to push the 32. Oh, and the 32 is going to get into the back of the 26 and get him sideways.
We're 3 wide.
Now they're going to be stuck 3 wide. So the 20 is going to be forced to... Oh, and the 20 goes around, and the 21 gets collected. Is that going to bring out a caution?
Might bring out a caution.
No caution.
Wow.
That's unfortunate for Chewy.
Unfortunate for him. Now that might be unfortunate for him, but it's fortunate for these guys. You have one less competitor to worry about for the stage 1.
And we do run damage here in Free Agent Friday now, so... And he went nose first into that wall, so how much damage did he retain from that?
Most likely a lot. He came from the bottom of the track right up to the wall there. I gotta check on your stream. His car looks pretty clean, but trust me, it's not clean. He's probably fighting a tight truck now, probably got air damage. I think the top few guys here, they're in the line now. Yep.
And it Puddin is going to take the lead.
Now I have a question there, Justin.
Yes, sir.
The 68 lifted a lot there. Do you think he was trying to get a run out of the corner, or do you think he's just saving fuel?
So I know Hunty very well. We don't talk on a daily basis, but we race leagues together. If there's one driver that anybody wants to learn saving tires and fuel, I mean, you go back and watch the Tuesday broadcast. He never pitted in stage 1 or 2 at Canadian Tire. So I can inform you next race, whoever's racing in custom, if you're out there watching, you're going to want to do some sort of fuel strategy, because I can almost promise you Hunty's not going to pit in any of those stages.
Wow.
So he is very good at saving his stuff.
That's good, man. Saving your tire wear and saving fuel is the best part about racing. You know, it might sound scummish to some people, but I think that's called racing. It takes skill to do that. I think the third truck in line here, I think that's the 32. It's gonna slide up a little bit. It's gonna have a good run on the corner.
And we have a comment finally in the chat. T-Bird, he said, can confirm that Hunty does save. T-Bird is also going to be, I think, joining us in the broadcast booth for next race.
Ooh. Oh, the 68 almost cut wide open's nose a little bit.
So, and the other thing too is these two trucks in second and third, if they continue to run side by side like this, that's only going to help the 26, because in the corners he's going to be able to gap, but down the straightaway he's going to be pulling one of them, and he's really pulling both of them because he's actually running like right in between the two of them.
You know what? I'm impressed from the 68 and 32 running side by side. Despite them running side by side, they still got that 26 bumper like it was no tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, which is very hard to do, because a lot of times when you're side drafting one another, you're pulling each other back. But to be able to do it and still pull ahead is sometimes unheard of.
Yeah, they're very fast.
The 2 is kind of just now sitting quiet. But let's go and check on our free agent guys. We have Do the Do. He got collected in that wreck when the 20 went around. It looks like he's signaling to pit, maybe for tires. Because we can... so we are on the last lap of the stage. We have Creed here.
Who's going to...
Oh, and we have somebody out of gas on the front stretch. Is that
wide
the 51?
Open, who got the stage, but who got the points for free agency?
Got Nub ran out coming out of 4.
Ooh. That, you know, I gotta see where the free agency. Do we have a copy on who won the stage there in free agency? Do you know, towards the end there, Country Caliber was actually, let me see, he was with one of the free agency guys. Oh.
So
so it's Do the Dude that got the stage sweeps, correct?
So right here on this restart, we are going to ride along with the 21 Do the Do. Hopefully this does not curse him, because normally it does when we're broadcasting. But we're going to ride on board here. He's a little bit deeper in the pack right now because of that accident that he was collected in. He's got the 20 beside him.
He has the 95, which is country caliber. He's really good at what he does here. Maybe you can learn off of him a little bit.
And the other thing to remember too, some of these team captains still have open rides that they're looking for, and you know, sometimes they may take a driver, shift them to a higher, you know, like to Xfinity or Cup, and sometimes even open a ride for some of these guys.
Ooh,
you know,
the 3's going to send it a little bit. 21's going to get the crossover here.
Oh, and somebody got into the wall right there.
Oh, and the wall goes to 51.
Is going to stay on the wall and let everybody go by.
Looks like the 11 and the 51 got together in backstretch. Yep.
So the 21's going to continue to run that high side outside of that truck in front of him. He's going to clear him.
He's making good moves on the outside now.
Definitely got a strong truck. He's making that outside lane work, and he's making moves. He's going to go to the inside of the 98.
Shake
now
and
he's going to
Bake's
follow
fallen back
line.
since the start of the race.
Yeah, Shake and Bake's truck isn't really getting the drive off the corner that you really want. He's not able to really close
got
in
the wall there. Let's see, back here, Keith hanging around, I think 8th place. Yep, got it. Now, wide open in the 16th actually have created a little bit of a gap here working together. Or battling. If they're battling, then that shows how strong their cars are.
Yeah, and it looks like Hunty just dove to the inside of him, going into turn 1.
Oh, he's going to get a little tight here, the right side by side.
He can't maintain the side-by-side on him.
That's another thing.
He's going to need a truck behind him.
Yes.
So if he's going to make that move, he needs to back up to the truck behind him down the backstretch and let him push him up to the 32 and really do the slingshot down into the bottom of the turn.
21. Oh my god, man. 21's been making great moves, dude. He's strong right now.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what every driver should do. Pick one at a time. One by one by one by one.
Looks like he's gonna get another spot.
And the 68 got tight coming off the turn. Oh, and there's 2 trucks around on the backstretch.
Oh,
I
2
believe
trucks.
They're gonna
Hard
save
hit.
it. And the 20 hit the wall hard on the backstretch. He's not having a good night tonight.
Wow. So, Justin, so far this race, who's your ones to watch?
I'm gonna do 2. Let's do our Free Agent Friday. I believe the 21 right now for Free Agent Friday group is going to be the one to beat for this race win. But as far as signed drivers and captains, I wouldn't count out the 26. We saw him running up front. But you can't sleep on Hunty, unfortunately.
Yep, you know, I'm gonna say again, like but I'm gonna go with Creed. You know, despite the fact that, you know, he hasn't been up here that much, he's been conservative, and that could pay off as these guys get antsy if a caution does come at the last few 3 laps. And
that's the hard thing too, is if there's a late race caution, that right there throws everything out the window.
Yes.
And I want to give a shout out to Harvick Pollock. This is his first race with us this season. He is waiting for the birth of his newborn baby. So he is a daddy to be. He is also the nephew of, everybody knows him by Monster Pollock, who is my teammate for Tuesday signing. So he is part of the Pollock franchise. But he does get a lot of words of wisdom and a lot of driving help from his uncle. This is Harvick Pollock's, I believe, 4th season with us.
Puddin got tight in 1 and 2 and hit the wall a little bit.
Yeah, that's nothing, man.
Let's take a look at
Just when you think he's doing good, he always manages to screw it up.
Wow, do managed to pass the 2-car, man. He's looking strong on the short run and the long run.
We have a good battle here with 2, 4, 6 trucks, and you know, out of all 6 trucks, there is only one Free Agent Friday, and he's actually getting help from a really good truck right now. The 2 of the voice of NASCAR.
Oh, we're gonna go 3 wide here. Looks like the 98 slid up to the 68 a little bit. That's gonna create a little bit of a stack up here.
So let's go on board from behind the 21 and see for a couple of laps and see what he's doing. So he's running the wall on the front stretch, which is really what I like to do.
Especially when the other guys are doing it so you can get the draft.
He's gonna get tight right there, trying to get on the outside of the 98.
Oh, got a little loose.
And that's gonna cause the 2 to go by him, but they did have quite a gap to the people behind him.
You know, I'm actually, you know, impressed right now. These guys are really doing well, especially these free agency Fridays guys. I don't see them, you know, wrecking that much. They haven't wrecked that
other than a couple of little incidents for, you know, on-track racing, it's continues to be some of the best racing out there in trucks.
I think, oh my god, the 68 was running
and the 21 outside. Is getting loose off the corners now. So I wonder if this is him signaling that he's coming to pit? So let's see. He's got a gap between him and the trucks in the front, which is good getting on pit road.
I think the 68's going to come in pits. Yes, he is.
So the 68 is going to come from the top of the track to the bottom. I don't know if he got slowed down in time.
Do you know another thing too about Autoclub is if you're in a pack and you're trying to go to pit road, you can actually have the risk of missing it and possibly slowing down too much.
Well, the other thing too is at Autoclub, if you're on the high side of a pack, sometimes you can't signal that you're coming down pit road.
Oh yeah,
so that's the other thing too. Hunty couldn't signal. So, you know, nobody knew that he was coming, so he had to go high and stay there.
I think, the second truck could come at pit road, and wide open is going to come at pit road.
Yeah, so we have a huge group of people on pit road right now.
You know, the funny thing too, I don't think wide open signaled there. But, you know, they could be in the party chat too, letting everybody know as well.
21 coming off. He's going to be in front of the 51.
Let's see. Yep, do.
So everybody's got at least 10, 12 truck lengths between them exiting pit.
Now, do you think... Yes. Do you think there might be someone that's going to stretch it out, though?
So here's the thing.
Tires
you know you're going to have to pit. Mm-hmm. Do you go into fuel strategy mode now? You know, some of these guys who are good at saving, can they save enough? We saw what happened on Sunday night's trucks.
Autoclub is a big track. I think if you're good at saving, you have a chance at this.
So let's ask our in-race reporters, who is our leader? So Hunty is in the lead. Who's running second? He's got some... Oh, but look on the front of his truck, Papa Musa. He didn't have damage when he went into pit road. But he's got damage all around that truck now. He's got front end damage, and the back of the truck is a little bit pushed in. So what happened?
That's interesting. Because the last time I remember, he came alone, or he had a few trucks behind him, but nobody in front of him. He might have probably hit the wall, and maybe he was carrying too much speed and hit the wall a little bit. You know, you gotta also be thankful for the wall to be there, because if he didn't have a wall there, he was probably gonna get a speeding penalty if that's what happened.
Right. So that's gonna not help his aero, and Autoclub is a very aerodynamic track.
Oh yeah.
Because
No,
704 is good like that.
He did something. He did something because when he came to pit road, he was 1 lap quicker than the leaders, and now he's as a current leader. So he must have did some type of strategy.
So they're definitely gonna have to pit here, but do you stretch it out? Do you possibly stretch it until maybe it starts sputtering out of turn 4? You don't know.
Maybe.
That's a risk, though. That's a risk, though, because if it sputters in the wrong spot, you're going to lose tons of time because the truck's not going to be under power.
I think... Oh!
Something is wrong with the 68 because he's tight.
Yep, that's going to allow the 32.
And we have a 3-truck pack behind these guys that are actually working together, pushing and drafting each other.
That was interesting to see the 68. You know, 1 minute he's doing good and all that. Next thing you know, he hits the wall and wide open, just flew right by him.
So it looks like we have Shake and Bake, Darkwing, and Alex Ned, the voice of NASCAR, are all working with each other to possibly draft up to these guys.
You know, I think Autoclub gives like a Daytona/Talladega feel. If you get like 5 or 4 cars, it's really, really powerful, that draft is.
And the one thing here too is you don't necessarily want to be bump drafting the guy in front of you. Even just having a little bit of a gap between the truck in front of you. Oh, and we have a spinner on the backstretch. Let's see if we can figure out who it is. Keith goes around. Poor Keith.
Wide open car is strong right now. Despite having the 68 hit the wall and taking the lead, he's been pulling away from the 68.
Yeah, so this race continues to surprise me. This is the biggest gap that we've seen a leader have. And those trucks that are running together are slowly catching that 68.
Yep, I think they picked up the 68. You know, the 68, despite of what he's going through right now, is still a fast truck out there.
So here in about a half a lap. Oh, and the 2 signed drivers are going to, or excuse me, they're going to go around the 98. So maybe the 98 is giving way because maybe he's not the fastest out of the 3 of them. But Country Caliber is now going to tack on to this group. So maybe he gave way because, you know, maybe they're trying to get a little bit more speed to get to Hunty.
Most likely. Shake and Bake, though, is a fast truck. Obviously got the pole, so maybe he can use some of his knowledge of getting a fast lap and put it to use here.
Yeah, so the other thing, too, I mean, if you're in these 4 trucks, do you pick together? If one guy signals, do you go all down together because you know you're running well together?
Maybe. All I know is that leader is pulling away from the 68, but the pack that's behind the 68 actually has been sticking together and possibly making ground on the 68.
Yeah, and they're... Not only are they making ground on the 68, but they're definitely making ground on that 32. And it looks like the 32 is slowly starting to come back to this group.
I think he's falling off a little bit here. The 68, it looks like whatever, the apron there.
So Alex Ned is going to go around Darkwing in the 99. So this is not helping because this is going to allow those 2 in front of them to now pull away again. So all that ground that they just made up, they're slowly losing tenths.
Do you think it's possible Wide Open burned his tires trying to catch the 68 in the first place? Because ever since then, the 68's now starting to pull a little bit.
Well, we should be coming to the next green flag pit stops. So it's possible. So they should be either pitting this time around or next time.
That 32 and that 68, that 32 needs to watch about the 68 because the 68 is definitely gaining.
So maybe he was saving tire?
Maybe.
And let's try to find our free agent Friday drivers. Here's Do the
Yes.
Do. That cycle of pit stops was not his friend because he is all by himself.
Oh,
he's
Do the Do.
made a last-minute decision to come down pit road and just barely gets it slowed down.
That's dangerous, especially if there's a guy behind him. Luckily, there was no guy behind him.
And here's Creed. He's going to come bringing that 3 truck down pit road.
68 came in a pit road.
Harvick Pollock on pit road.
Wide open is going to make another lap.
Keith coming down pit road. Dencase on pit road. Here's the 32 of wide open.
I think the 32 is staying. No,
he's staying out another lap.
He's going to stay out.
Nub is going to come down this time. Shake and Bake is still out there with the 2 and the 99.
It makes you mad just to see those guys go over like 180 miles on their track while you're on the long pit stop and pit road.
So they're going to be coming off pit. So we've got the 98 signaling. They're all going to pit here. The 32 is going to pit with them.
This is going to be close. While the 32 is going to come and pit now and have the 68 a lap down, the 68 will be on the track and get the momentum.
So we're going to ride on board with Hunty here as soon as because he's going to unlap himself right here. So we're going to ride on board with Hunty and see, does this give him an advantage? Because he was close to the leaders when they pitted.
Yes.
And you run about, what, in trucks, like a 30-second lap? And a pit stop is normally around, what, 15 seconds, 16 seconds?
Yeah, you run 40-second laps, yep.
So, where are the leaders going to come out versus is he going to be able to close up on them?
Yep, he's going to have the momentum for sure, though. Let's check on the wide open. Wide open is coming out of pitch right now.
So you stay on board with wide open. I'm going to stay on board with Hunty. Hunty's crossing start finish now.
Oh yeah, he definitely has him. He definitely has him.
He's going to overtake all of them right here.
The momentum too.
And he's going to get quite a bit of a lead on these guys. And there's another.
Now, in-race reporter, how much laps do you guys have left in the race?
Oh. And it looks like that number 15 truck of Harvick Pollock has expired in engine. He has retired from the race.
Aw, that sucks, man. Yeah, Harvick Pollock, man.
So if you're the 32 here, do you back up to the trucks behind you?
Possibly.
Or can you catch the 68 on your own?
It's gonna be close. I also like to point out, because it's apparently a trend, a lot of people like to make fun of the Fords. Harvick was driving a Ford when his engine blew out. Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
But the other thing that we can watch now too, we have the 98, we have those 4 guys coming back together again.
I think a caution, came out. Oh, never mind. It looked like the trucks got slow up a little bit there. This just shows
can these 4 guys get together and close up on wide open? And
no, man, wide open.
Is anybody going to try to save? Oh, and the 95 gave way.
I'll tell you one thing about the 68. The 68 came a lap early, and wide open, I think, went an extra lap or 2 laps. So there might be a small chance the 68 might have to save fuel.
I believe Shake and Bake just lagged right there because Darkwing got sent way far back.
Ooh.
yeah, the 98 is lagging. So that is not going to help these guys, because if he gets in front of them and lags, it's going to, you know, with running in a pack, it could wreck them and cause a caution.
Cause a caution, yep.
98, if you are on the broadcast, you are lagging. If you continue to lag, you're going to have to drop to the back of the field by yourself.
The 16 is about to lap Chewy here. I think he's gonna lap him. Yep. And that was good. That was good etiquette there. He knows that the leader's coming up. He knows that he's not gonna be as, you know, probably won't be able to contend because how fast Hunty is. So he went on the high side and let Hunty have his preferred lane there. I don't know though. That's when he's taking the draft now. That draft could help you a lot.
Which is actually going to be not something Hunty wants to see, because that 32 is going to get a draft off him now.
Oh yeah, and that 32 is coming quick. He's dropped, he gained about 2-3 tenths there.
So it looks like the lag on the 98 has fixed itself right now, but it's cost those guys any chance of trying to catch the front two.
Watch out, I think that 32 has drafted the 20 car, or 20 truck here.
Oh, and the 51 is going to be a gentleman. He's going to stay on the apron and give way to the leaders. And our in-race reporter of N.A.C.E, I believe, is going around. Keith is back on pit road.
Oh, that 32. We're going to have a battle for the race, looks like. The 32 is catching up to Hunty now.
So, Keith just said he couldn't make it on fuel. Can these leaders make it on fuel?
It's going to be close. Wide Open's probably better on fuel than Hunty is. Yep,
so
Wide Open
stayed out, what, 2 laps longer than Hunty?
Yeah, 2, 1 lap. It makes a difference, yep.
So he's going to have fresher tires, and he's going to have more fuel.
Yep. But don't count out just Hunty, though. Like we said earlier, he's known to save and his fuel and his tires. And you know what? That could also contribute to the reason why 32 is catching up to Hunty as well.
So that's the other thing, is maybe he was saving, mining the gap of the 32, and now maybe he's got enough fuel saved to now he's going to go back to full throttle racing.
But now the 32 is the...
So we have 6 laps left in the race, and N.A.C.E, our other in-race reporter, says he only has 3 laps of fuel left.
I don't know.
So I'm very curious. So we're coming to 4 here at the line. I mean, with 4 laps to go, are you, at this point, are you in the bed that you made? I mean, do you pit, or do you just run it until it sputters?
I don't know. The 68 the 68 still needs to, save fuel because he stayed or came a pit quicker than the 32. He can let the 32 by and use his draft to his advantage and save a little bit.
Well, yeah, if you're Hunty, I would try to get the 32 to go around me, because you are the one that needs to save. The 32 is just sitting here saving now, which he pitted 2 laps later than the leader.
So even 68 is, I wouldn't say he's in a bad position, but he's definitely not as a good position as the 32 was. Because all that 68 is helping pull that 32, which is helping him make more clearance on this pit strategy he did.
And he's going to break the draft of the 32.
Oh, it's hit the apron a little bit. 32's having a good run.
Is he pitting, or...
Oh,
Hunty
I think the 68 is pitting.
Pit.
Wow.
So can the 32 make it now? How many laps? We should be coming to, what, 2 to go?
I believe so, yeah.
So we're at 2 to go. Can the 32 make it? And if not, who's running in second now?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't think Wide Open stayed out that much longer because he lapped the the 68 once, but then can't pit instantly, so he should be a lap quick. So theoretically, he might need to save a lap here.
And it looks like Creed had to pit for fuel.
I think Wide Open has this in the bag.
Denkate's on pit road. Wide Open is, this should be the last lap of the race right here. Can he make it? So this should be second to last lap.
Let's give a credit though to all the drivers, especially the free agency drivers too.
I mean, absolutely. The 21, I believe, is going to come away with a win for Free Agent Friday.
Yeah, what a strong run, dude. He definitely had a short run in the long run truck. He took care of his car, barely got into any accidents, and he's been managed to stay in front of, ahead of those other drivers.
So we are coming to the final lap of the race. Oh, and the 98 is out. The 98 has run out.
Wide Open won this race, but who's going to win the free agency?
And the 98's going to try to wreck.
Oh, a wreck.
To try to keep his position.
Oh, we're flipping on the front stretch after the finish.
Oh, and Country Caliber ran out. Is he going to make it?
It has to be a snail pace. You want to see what a snail looks like? Look at Country Caliber.
So we will let you know in a moment who brought home the win for Free Agent Friday. So Do the Do is going to be the winner of Free Agent Friday.
Swept the stages and won the Free Agency Friday, man. That's impressive. Oh. Yep, they have.
So those are unofficial results.
Unofficial. Wow. Well, 21 definitely had a truck. The 21 had a truck to do it and got it.
So while our IRRs are finishing up, they're gonna bring Do the Do up here in the booth, and we'll get Wide Open up here as well. And Papa Musa, I'm gonna let you take the interviews for these two drivers.
Okay, thank you.
And
look at the lap times. Hello there, Do the Do.
Howdy.
Okay, let's wait for the other guy to pop through. Okay.
Before we start your interview, are you on Always Allowed?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, well, Do the Do, congratulations for being the sweep stage winner and won the race in Free Agency Friday. Obviously during the race and all that, you saw those guys who were signed, you saw the guys, the captains. Do you think it's running, advantage to run with them? Learn off of them?
I learned a lot in that first stage running behind half of those guys, to be honest with you. Running behind Wide Open helped me out a lot, but I can't save fuel. Like, they're not Wide Open, it was the 78 or whatever it was. I forgot who it was, but I learned a lot racing with these boys tonight. It's fun. I'll never complain about racing competition better than me.
Yep, and obviously, when you race with competition better than you, it only makes you as a better driver no matter what. I also like to point out, did you think after the first two stages, do you think you had the free agency in the bag, or do you think there's the guys that could put up a competition in free agency?
I mean, I think it's anybody's race every week, to be honest with you. I just go out there, run my race. I don't really worry about the people around me. You know what I mean? Like, I just go out, run my race, and hopefully it pays off in the end.
Yep, and again, congratulations on sweeping the stages and win the free agency Friday race.
Yeah, well, I was practicing for times 2 wear, not 3, so I kind of screwed myself this week.
Well, let's move over to the race winner.
Will we see you next race too at Canadian Tire?
Yes, I'll be there as well.
Perfect.
Oh, congratulations, and again, good luck on that. Now let's move over to the race winner, wide open racing. You got a copy?
I got you.
Yep, so impressive show by you, impressive show by everybody. You know, obviously towards the end there, the 68 was pretty much leading. How do you know, did you save Field a little bit? Because I know that if he couldn't make it, you were going to be a lap to the good more than he was. Were you trying to save behind him?
Not really. I just knew that he... I thought that he was going to have to pit. I didn't think he was going to be able to make it himself. So I didn't see the need of probably putting us in a bad situation trying to pass him.
Also, to point this out too, you know, you won the race. You know, what do you think it takes to win a race at Autoclub? Because strategy plays a role, being in the right position, track position. What do you think is the best key to winning a race at Autoclub?
A well-balanced car. Like, I didn't have to save much fuel just because I had it balanced so well. I made 2 pit stops in stage 1 and basically just finished 15th in stage 1 just to get ahead of everybody else on the adjustment.
That's a smart move right there. And again, congratulations on getting the race win, and good luck in moving forward.
Thank you.
And on that note, we are going to end the broadcast here. Stay tuned. In about 10 minutes, we are going to be going custom Xfinity racing at Canadian Tire. We have some road course ringers in that lobby, so please tune in. As always, I'm the one and the only Justin Papamusa. Thank you. And we